We are here at the Craft Alliance, and I'm excited to present Unearthed, Keeping Mound City. So my work is totally mixed media. I love to just combine a plethora of materials. So because I'm trying to tell a story about time, there's a lot of repetition. I use a lot of photography and news headlines, and I'm doing deep dives into historical documents. Looking at St. Louis as a whole, I go all the way back to the Mississippian, the Pennsylvanian era, where there's literally just covered in sea. I wanted to take a look at who were the inhabitants, but not just people, looking at plants, nature. As you walk through the show, you move into the future. And I'm looking at this sort of destruction of the mounds that were incorporated all throughout. There was over 40 mounds that were here, and now there's only one. So throughout the show, you're kind of witnessing this shift, this change. And as you move into the future, I'm looking at colonialism, I'm looking at slavery, I'm looking at who were the inhabitants coming forward through that time. And so I do a little bit of a deep dive into Dred Scott and how he sued for his freedom and how that history has carried forward. I do have an interest, a personal interest in not just like geology and plants, but also in social justice and looking at like who gets to live here and who gets to be a part of this land. And so looking at Dred Scott kind of led me to looking at the riots that happened in 1917, looking at the riots that happened in 1949, examining racial covenants. And to do that, I'm looking at images of maps. As you move forward, there's a piece about Mike Brown, and for me, it was just more like this catalyst in history. There's just all these protests, this uprising of people being like, we gotta make some changes. And so the last two works of the show really encompass this sort of sense of activism, and I'm looking at different activists using their imagery as my material. And how are they carrying forward a new energy in the city? I like to think about moving forward. How do we take the past, not ignore it, but carry it forward in a new way and create something different, something better that allows us all to be here. Not just people, but like nature and plants and everything. We're all connected. And I think that's the heart of the show, is there's beauty in recognizing that every single thing is connected. I hope you can make it out to see the show. It is up till October 23rd, and for more information, just go to craftalliance.org.